Hey guys, welcome back to part 4 for this tutorial on how to build this Victorian style house. Here in this one, we're going to be doing the interior layout for the first floor of the house. I gathered up all the blocks we're using for the interior layout for the first floor of the house. So make sure you have the stripped spruce wood, the stripped spruce logs, and the stripped dark oak logs. Then the dark oak planks, stairs, slabs, and trapdoors. Then the spruce planks, stairs, and trapdoors. Then the smooth quartz stairs, slabs, then the quartz pillar, and chiseled quartz blocks. Then we have the black, gray, light gray, and white concrete. Then the light gray, brown, and green terracotta. Then some sea lanterns, and some anvils. Let's head on in through the front door. I'm going to flip around and face in this direction. I'm going to start with the stripped spruce logs. I'm going to have 2 right here next to the door. Another 2 here. I'll then have a stripped spruce wood block right here where the window is. And then another 2 stripped spruce logs on each side of that. Now at the left, I'm going to bring out another 3. So a set right here. Then another set here. And then 1 more set. So 3 going out right there. Over at this side, we're going to do the same thing, but we're just going to bring it out by 2 instead of the 3. Now before we continue filling in any more of the walls, I think it'll be easier just to go through and do the floors first, and then we could just place our walls right on top of them. So let's switch to the dark oak planks. You can see we already have a strip of 1 right here. So I'll look over here at this right side, and I'm just going to bring this out towards the back side by an additional 8. So including this first one, we'll have 9 in total. I'll head on over to this side, starting right here, and do the same thing. So just line up with it. We can then just connect this together. Let's flip around so we're facing in this direction from the front. And over here at this left corner, let's just continue filling in just this corner here. So we already have that first layer. We're going to bring this in by another 4. And then we have 2 layers here now. So we're going to go over to the right by another 2. And we'll fill in this entire corner here. So now you should have 3 spaces here and 3 spaces here. So we have this L shape. So let's switch to the spruce stairs. And I'm just going to wrap these all the way around the outer edge. Make sure they're all going to be curving together. And now all the other space in the middle, we'll just fill in with some spruce planks. And that's what I'm going to be doing here for the floor at the entrance area of the house. Now let's look towards the right. And we're going to fill in all of this space right here with dark oak planks. So we'll just start at the edge of where we left off these floors. Bring this straight across all the way over to this side. And then you can see all of this space here will be dark oak planks. Now let's look back over here. I'm going to switch to the spruce planks. And we'll just line up where we have the single strip of the dark oak planks here. So starting at this space, I'll bring this straight across all the way to the back. And then let's line up where we just placed that and bring it all the way straight across to that side. So up until that brick. Right here. So now all of this space here, we're going to continue filling in with the spruce planks. We'll go ahead and do this space here, which is going to be the chiseled quartz blocks. So just pretty much all of the remaining space that you see, you could go ahead and just fill in. A lot of this will be covered up when we place our walls, but it's just best to go ahead and fill it all in anyway. So we have all of that done. And then we have the final space over here, which is where the kitchen is going to be. And that is going to be a little checkered pattern between the black and white concrete. And you can see we are going to have to make a few little adjustments with all of these dark oak planks that we placed when we did the porch. Some of it was brought in a little bit further than we want it, but we will make the adjustments here in a second. But anyway, just all of the space that you see remaining, you could go ahead and have a little checkered pattern between the black and white concrete. So every other space I'm adding black concrete, and then all the remaining space will be white concrete. And then wherever you have the black, you could go ahead and place the white. And then wherever the white is, you could go ahead and place the black. Just back and forth like this to make a checkered pattern. So this is what it's looking like so far. So now we have all of that empty space filled in. It's now going to make it much easier to start placing all of our walls. So we'll jump back into that. So make sure to switch back to the stripped spruce logs. I'll just look over here at the left first. So right next to where we left the set of 3, we're going to be sure to skip over these 5 spaces here. So here at this final block, we're going to have a set of logs going up right here. So now you should just be able to still see 5 spaces remaining here. Let's go back over here and have another set of 2 right next to that. And then we're going to go out here and have 2 more sets. Let's flip around over to this side. We're going to skip over these 2 spaces. And starting right here, you could work your way over by 6. So it should now be lined up at that side. We'll add the second layer on top of this. And then we'll bring this in until we just have 2 spaces remaining. So we have a 2 block wide doorway here. Now let's grab the smooth quartz stairs and the green terracotta. So with the smooth quartz stairs, I'm just going to have 2 upside down right here above the doorway. And now on top of all of the stripped spruce logs, we're going to place 4 layers of green terracotta. So here for this first wall, you can just bring it up by 4. Make sure to go right up above the doorway as well, and up above these windows too. So just 4 layers in height. And you could do that for all of the other space where we just marked out the walls. And there we go, just have it all marked out here. Now let's mark out the walls over at this space. So we're just going to continue with the stripped spruce logs and the green terracotta. So I'll start with the logs, and we're just going to continue them on right here. Bring it all the way over to that brick with the 2 layers. And then we'll just start right here. Bring this over by 3. And then we're going to bring it in where the window is, right here. And then we'll have 2 of the stripped spruce wood right there below the window. And then back to the logs on this side. We'll have a little corner one here. And then we'll have another set of 2 here. And then back to the wood. We have it in front of that window. These 2 spaces here. And this space. And then everywhere else is going to be just the logs straight up and down. And then we'll carry on right here where we have the brick. So just the 2 layers, bring this straight across. All the way until the edge of where we left off the spruce planks. So now this should be lined up right down the middle of the set of 3 that we have here. And now we're going to bring this in by 1. And then this side over by 2. So you're going to be left with a space of 4 here for this doorway. Now on top of all of that, we're just going to go around with the 4 layers of the green terracotta again. And make sure not to forget about going up and around all of the windows as well. So now all of that is brought up. Oh yeah, and then right here, you can see we do have a little bit of the extra dark oak planks, which is going to be replaced with the spruce planks. Or whichever floors that you ended up placing here, so that it all matches up and looks good. Now let's fill in the walls here for this space. So we're going to be using the quartz pillar and the light gray terracotta. So we'll start with the quartz pillar, and I'll just look over here at this space. We'll bring up 2 like that, going straight up and down. Have another set of 2 here, and another set of 2. We'll just have the 1 right here in front of this window, and then back to the 2 again. And then pretty much like the same thing here. So 2 on this side, 1 here, and 2. And then starting right here where we have this brick, we're going to bring this over by another 5. So you want to make sure to leave 1 more space here. Go ahead and add the extra layer on top of that. And then we'll just bring this straight across over to that side. And then back over till the edge of the doorway here. Now let's make sure to switch to the light gray terracotta. We'll have 4 layers on top of that. So now we have all the walls marked out here for this space. You can see we do have a little bit of extra dark oak planks that we're going to replace with these chiseled quartz blocks. Now let's do this space here. So we're going to continue with the stripped spruce logs, and then the stripped spruce wood, and then the 4 layers on top of that is going to be the light gray concrete. So let's look over here at this space first. I'll fill in this corner with 3 like that of the logs. Then I'll have 1 right here. Then 3 of the spruce wood. Then back to the log. Back to the wood here. And back to the log. And then we'll have 1 right here in the corner. And another 1 here. And then another 4 of the stripped spruce wood. And then another log here. Then we'll have 1 right here lined up with the brick. And then we're going to go in again right here. And this is going to be 2, going out like that. So you can see we have this corner block here. We have another corner block here. And another one that's going to be here. So 3 corner blocks in total. Now let's look back over here. So you could just make sure you're lined up where we just left off those 2. We're going to have another 2 on this side. And then 1 more block right here. So just a little set of 3 there for the corner. So now you should be left with a 5 block space here, which is where the doorway is going to be. So now on top of all of these logs, you could go ahead and have an additional layer. And then we're going to have the 4 layers of the light gray concrete on top of this. So we have all of these walls marked out. Now we have the final space over here. So for this space, we're going to be using the light gray terracotta, the chiseled quartz, and the brown terracotta. So we'll start with the light gray, and really all we're going to be doing is just placing a layer all the way along the outer edge. So I'll just start over here at the right here at the edge of where we left off this wall. So we'll bring this over by 3, and then bring it straight across over to that side. And then just follow right along this here, so we have 2 corner blocks. And then right in front of these pillars. And then we have this block here, another 2 next to it. And then we're just going to have a little L shape here for this corner. So this is what we just marked out. Now on top of that, we're going to have another layer of this light gray terracotta. And then we'll have a strip of the chiseled quartz on top of this. And now real quick before we carry on, let's make sure to grab the dark oak stairs. And I'm just going to have 2 upside down right here where we have the doorway. And then another one upside down above this window and this window. And now you can switch to the brown terracotta, and we're just going to have another 3 layers. So, now we have the walls marked out for this space. Now let's start going in between all of the doorways and fixing that little bit of space where the floors are. So, I'm going to be using the stripped dark oak logs and the stripped spruce logs. So I'll look over here at this space first. I'm going to remove these 2 layers here. And I'm going to go ahead and use the stripped dark oak logs. So just 2 layers like that. We'll flip around. Over at this space, we'll go ahead and remove this set right here in between this doorway. How about we go ahead and do this doorway as well, so just these 2 blocks. We have this doorway here. And then this one here. So, let's head back over here. This space, I'm just going to have a set of stripped spruce logs right down the middle going in that direction. And then in the other direction, I'm going to have the dark oak logs. This space, I'll just have the 2 dark oak logs. Very simple. This space here is going to be the same thing that we just did for this. So the spruce down the middle, and the dark oak on the sides. And then this space here, we'll have the 2 spruce down the middle in that direction, and then some dark oak logs on each side of that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, we have to continue replacing the rest of these dark oak planks here. So I'll bring this in by the additional 2 layers here. And then you could grab the black and white concrete and just continue with the same pattern. Looking like that. Now let's go through and do all of the door frames. So I'm going to be using the dark oak stairs and dark oak trapdoors. So they're all going to be done the same way, and they're going to be all brought up to the same height. So I'll just start over here where this space is first. And we'll bring up 3 dark oak trapdoors on each side. And this doorway you can see is doubled up, so we'll do this other side here as well. And then we'll just have 2 upside down dark oak stairs at that side, and 2 over here. So now we have this door frame marked out. And we're pretty much going to be doing the same thing for all of these other spaces. So right here is just a 1 block wide. So we'll go ahead and bring it up by 3 on each side with the trapdoors. And then just an upside down stair on each side right above that. And then for these wider doorways, pretty much still just the same exact thing, so we'll bring it up by 3 on each side. We'll have the upside down stair right above that. And then we're just going to be, it'll be easiest just to crouch. And we're just going to connect over the trapdoors from one side to the other right in between the stairs. So now we have the wider doorway just like that. So now let's go ahead and do the same thing here for this doorway. And then we have this one here as well. Alright, so now we have all of the door frames shaped out for all of the openings. Now, we have to finish off with the rest of the layers of the walls right above that. So here for all of this space, we're going to be using the green terracotta. So we have that doorway there, this doorway, this one right here, and this one as well. Now we have this space, so I'm going to be using the brown terracotta. So just for this half. We have the light gray concrete for this room. There we go. And then we have the final space over here, which is the light gray terracotta. Alright, so now we have all of the floors, walls, and all of the door frames marked out and brought up here for the entire first floor of the house. Now let's go through and fill in the ceilings for each room. I'm going to be sure to do this space here last, because I want to make sure to still mark out the staircase here, which leads up to the second floor. But here for this space, I'm going to be using white concrete. These 2 spaces, I'm going to be using gray concrete. And it's all going to be 1 block higher than where we marked out all of the walls. So you just want to follow right within the edge of all the walls. So here for this space, I'm going to be using the white concrete. And you can see I'm just 1 block higher than it. So I'll fill all of this in with the white, these 2 with the gray. I'll see you guys once I have it all done. So we have those 3 rooms all filled in. So when you look underneath, there's no empty space, it's all completely filled in. Let's be sure to add a little bit of extra light. so that when it comes to doing all the crown molding and the extra detail, we'll be able to see. And let's head on into this space here. So for this space, I'm just going to go right along the outer edge at the very top of the walls with the smooth quartz stairs. I'm going to be placing these upside down and curving them all together. And this is going to be like the crown molding here for this room. And what I'm going to do is grab a sea lantern and maybe just have it right around here as the main light source for this space. And then I'm just going to go through right in between all of the stairs with some smooth quartz slabs and just fill in all the remaining space. So it's going to be looking like this for the ceilings here for this room. Now let's head back out into the other 3 rooms and carry on with all of the crown molding and extra detail for these. We'll start here in this room first. I'm going to switch to the stripped spruce logs. I'm just going to leave 2 spaces here at the left and have a set of logs going straight across like this. So that's going to be like a beam. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to leave these 2 spaces, so lined up with the 3rd space. Have another set of logs right here. Now I'm going to go along the outer edge with some upside down dark oak stairs. So right here, we do want to make sure this is still kind of like flowing into the log. So let's make sure that these are all curving in that way. So it's like that. I think that just looks much better. And now it looks like it's going to carry on into these stairs right here. We'll be sure to do the same thing for this side. So like that. And then we're going to have to do it here as well. There we go. And that side's already good, so we'll go ahead and fill that in right there. And now, with the sea lantern, I'm actually going to be leaving it right there, but let's make sure to carve it into the ceiling like that. Have another one here, and maybe one more over here. So they're all lined up like that. I'm then just going to cover them up with the dark oak slabs, so make sure to grab those as well. And that's what I'm going to be doing for the extra bit of detail here for the ceiling in this room. Let's head on into this space here next. So I'm going to have another set of logs in this room, but they're going to be in the opposite direction from these ones. So they're going to be going in this direction. And they're still just going to have 2 spaces on each side. So I have a set going straight across right here. And then another set right here. So 2 spaces. Well, actually, you can see 2 spaces in between all of them. And now we'll go along the outer edge with the upside down dark oak stairs again. Just like that. And then we'll be sure to carve the sea lanterns into the ceiling. So actually right where it's at right now is where I'm going to leave it, which is to make sure it's up in the ceiling like that. So just leaving 3 spaces of the gray concrete on each side. We'll have another one right here. And another one over here. Go ahead and cover all of that up with the dark oak slabs. And that's about it here for the ceiling in this room. Now we'll flip around and do this space next. So this space is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to look over here at the left. I have the dark oak slabs. And we want to make sure we're shifted down 1 space. So we're going to be right here at this block. Right at the top edge of it. We'll have a slab like that. We'll then have 8 dark oak stairs going towards the left. And then 1 more slab over here. Now back to the dark oak stairs. We're now going to be right up against the ceiling like we usually would, but you want to make sure to leave an extra space right here so you're still like right in front of this layer here. So go ahead and have the set of upside down dark oak stairs right here. You can then go ahead and bring this in. So you can see how we just wrapped right around that. And now you can continue just wrapping this all the way along the outer edge. And all the way back over here, like that. And now you can switch to the stripped spruce logs. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this stair. And if this stair uncurved like that, you want to make sure it goes back to how it looks here. So it's like kind of curving right into the logs. And I'm going to have this as a beam going straight across all the way to the other side. Oh, hang on. There we go, just like that. And now, where the sea lanterns are, you know what, I think it's actually, yeah, pretty much like right where I place them once again is where they're going to be left. So we'll go ahead and carve out the hole in the ceiling, fill it in there, do the same here, and then we'll go ahead and do the same on the other side. And then I'm going to cover this up with the spruce trapdoors. Looking like this. Now let's head on into this final space. I want to be sure to mark out the staircase leading up to the second floor, and then we'll place all of our ceilings around that. Let's start with the dark oak stairs. Want to make sure we're lined up right here at this space. So we'll bring this out by 2 like that, and then we'll have a third one curving right there. And now we're going to continue going up in that direction with just the 2 blocks wide, and it's just going to be an additional 7. So that's 3 more. You can see how we're going to have to kind of carve into the wall a little bit. So right here, that is 4. Then we have 5 here. Then the 6 and 7. So the final layer should be right here on top of our ceiling now. So all the way down at the first layer, working your way up, you should now be able to count 8 stairs right here. Now you can switch to the stripped spruce logs. We're going to go right behind the curved stair and have 3 going into that wall. You can then have another 2 right here. This third one is just going to be the stripped spruce wood, so you don't see the inside of the log. And now you can continue just working your way up right here with the green terracotta, so we'll have another 2. And then 1 more here, right next to, like pretty much following right along the staircase. And now we'll have 3 anvils on top of that, so that's going to be the railing. Now you can switch back to the dark oak stairs. You could look right here at this space, and we'll have 4 upside down dark oak stairs going out. And then we're going to curve right into it here and bring it into the wall. So now we have this L shape. Now at that same layer, right behind it, you could go ahead and have another set of upside down stairs, just curving together like that. And then you could curve right into that and up against the wall and just wrap this all the way around. So now this is going to be the crown molding here for this room. Now you can see all of the space remaining throughout the middle. You could fill in with the gray concrete, just 1 block higher than where we just left off the dark oak stairs. So now back underneath here, it is all filled in. And now I'm going to add a couple sea lanterns right here. And another one right around here. I'm going to add a couple dark oak slabs across there. And some across here now. And now we have the ceiling space all filled in here for the entrance. Now let's go up here where the staircase is and clean up a little bit of the walls right next to it. So all the way at the top, right here at the left and at the right, you can switch to the stripped dark oak logs. And we'll just bring up 3 on each side. So this is going to start off the walls here for the second floor. And now you can see we have this gray concrete here. These 2 blocks you could go ahead and remove. We'll do the same here at the right. You can then switch to the green terracotta. And we'll bring this up by 3, so just 1 block below where we just marked out these logs. And then you could go ahead and fill in this space here. Do the same on this side. And now you could just continue with that 3 layers and wrap it all the way around here for this space. So I'll start at the right. We have this corner here. Then this space right next to it. And then just right on top of all of the upside down dark oak stairs that we just placed. And then back over to this side, just connect it over to there. So it's looking like this around the staircase now. It's all cleaned up. and we just have the green terracotta going all the way up so it's a nice and seamless and clean looking. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that here for part 3 for this tutorial on how to build this Victorian style house. If this helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 4.